Hey singers, my name's Christopher David Mitchell and welcome to episode 5, which is titled, If You Aren't Healthy, You Can't Sing. The physical, mental and spiritual health we need as singers to be on top form. And of course, stay to the end of the episode where we'll be doing our inspirational thought of the day. So let's get into it. So I want to start by saying this episode came about because, and I don't mind sharing this with you, I went to a psychotherapy session and I'm obviously quite aware of what's happening vocally, teaching all the time and using my voice all the time. But I went to a psychotherapy session and it was a very emotional experience, and about 3 days afterwards I came out and my voice completely went. And at first I thought maybe it's a coincidence, but then I went for another session just to see out of curiosity, and the same thing happened. When there was a lot of emotion letting out from this psychotherapy session, my voice just completely crashed, and it was the first time I've ever had to take time off from coaching due to not being able to sing at all really. So it made me want to do this episode and realize just how much there is to singers on a physical health level, mental health and spiritual. It's so important. So we're going to cover each one of these sections, but let's start with the physical health. So the physical health for you singers is going to be very important. We really are vocal athletes, as I've said before in other episodes in the past. Check out my episode, You Are a Vocal Athlete, for more info on that. But really, it's absolutely true, and muscles in here need that stamina. So think of it this way: if you're not healthy enough physically to go to the gym, say for, 45 minutes, and you're out of breath, you're tired, and your body just isn't of the stamina to do that, there is not much chance that you are then going to get through singing a 2-hour show. It is really tiring on the body physically to tour, to do West End, and just to sing through stamina-wise these shows. You will be out of breath, you'll feel tired, you won't last the tour unless you are really great physically. And the things you can do for this are, I would recommend go to the gym. Just watch the weights at the gym because they can be a bit strain and tense on the vocal folds. So watch the weights, but cardio's great. Get the heart going. Get your general level of fitness up as high as it can be. And also, of course, eating well. I mean, this is basic stuff, but it's still stuff that is very important to singers because we are a human instrument here, and our voice will be affected by things like diet and how physically fit we are. So this corresponds as well. At one point when I was going through a serious illness, I just couldn't sing at all. Really, all the technique in the world cannot save you if your body and your physical fitness is really not up to scratch. So go to the gym, eat well, look after yourselves and be as healthy as you can. Look after that body, and the greater stamina you have within your own body, and if you're going to the gym, say, the greater stamina you will have still for singing. We still need to have the vocal stamina, vocal exercises, but like we say, if you're out of breath after doing a cardio machine for 10 minutes, or you are really not physically very fit, whether you're ill or unhealthy, or just haven't been looking after your body, it is going to be a real struggle for you to keep up with the demands of singing a long show. So physical health, guys, look after yourselves. Body's a beautiful thing. So let's go on to now mental health. So the mental health aspect is very important as well, and something that people tend to overlook. There's something in the singing world called muscle tension dysphonia, otherwise known as MTD, and there's lots of causes to that. But one of them is definitely psychological. If you are stressed, if you are emotional, if you've had a difficult time recently, whether it be like, I don't know, like a family death or a divorce, something like that, the voice will probably shut down on you, just so you know. It just will. The simplest way of thinking about this is if you start crying or you feel really sad, the voice will just crack and go. And that's no coincidence. The muscles around the voice and the larynx are so linked to what's happening in here. So it really is so crucial that you get your mental health as well as it can be. And obviously, don't give yourself a hard time about this. If you're going through a difficult time, fine. Do what you can to get that mental health back, whether it's seeing a therapist or other ways that for your specific situation that you need to get back mentally on great form. And just know that it's fine for the voice not to be 100% all the time as well. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. If you are struggling with something that's going on with your life and there's a lot of stress and emotion going on, just be aware that the voice probably won't be working very efficiently. It'll probably be a bit tense, and that's fine. But do sort out that mental health for you if that's an issue, in whatever way you can, whether that be doing things you like again, talking to a therapist. I would really see some professionals here, depending on your situation. There's so many variables, but don't beat yourself up if you are struggling, and know that it could be that mental health aspect. It's completely linked to the voice. Do what you need to do and give yourself time to get back to full mental health, and then the voice will have much more chance of being on top form. And lastly, spiritual health. Now, this one's a bit of a new one for me. Like I say, just because I went through that psychotherapy session, he started talking to me, the psychotherapist, about chakras. I don't know if you've heard about this. The throat chakra, telling your truth, energy centers in the body. I wasn't sure about it at first, but like I say, there just can't be a coincidence. I'm telling you guys, my voice just completely shut down after the emotions of all this psychotherapy session. So it really is a factor. And actually, I was talking to my friend Gemma Naylor. I'll put her YouTube channel link in the description for you guys. She is a friend of mine who's very spiritual, was talking me through some meditation techniques and all about this chakra healing. And it actually really helped me understand what was going on. And again, I don't know too much about this one. I'm going to research more and more. But again, I think there is something very important about being at a good place spiritually. And again, that is very much linked to our emotions and our mindset. But even just looking into these chakras, I personally have been struggling this year with telling my truth. And I think it's no coincidence again that energy center, that throat chakra of telling the truth, decided to shut down on me at times. So there's something in it, and even if you try a bit of meditation or something like that, or yoga, you'll probably find that the voice will feel a lot freer and open. Try it out, guys. Try it out. Just keep an open mind with all this stuff. A few years ago, I would have said, well, that's not going to work. But I'm starting to become more and more radically open-minded about these things. So do look into it. And again, I'll link my friend Gemma Naylor's channel. She talks about a lot of cool spiritual mindfulness concepts, which I'm all for, and I think really can also help the voice be on top form. So there you have it. I hope that's helped just briefly cover the importance of physical, mental and spiritual health on the voice. It's a blessing and a curse that the voice is our human instrument, and it's always being carried around with us all the time. And the blessing is it's such a beautiful, unique instrument. But sometimes it can be difficult and frustrating, because if we say, if we're stressed, if we're emotional, if things are going on, the voice can be one of the first things, unfortunately, to shut down. Don't beat yourself up about that. Give yourself the time and space and work out what is needed to get yourself right on track back, whether it be physically, mentally, or spiritually. And now, let's go to the inspirational thought of the day. So the inspirational thought of the day is going to be, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And this is by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Oh man, this is such an amazing line. It really is. I absolutely love it. It's changed my life. And here's the thinking of it. The thinking is that if something quote unquote bad happens to us, like we get in an accident, we break an arm, a relationship breaks down, we might instantly think, oh, that's bad. But that is just our perception and thoughts going onto that circumstance. So it's really the circumstances defined by the thoughts you give it. And this is really what this quote means to me anyway. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What could have been a bad circumstance? As a singer, what could have been you vocally cracked on stage, you couldn't get through the set list, you turned up to an audition and your voice fell apart, or maybe you got to the finals and didn't get that role. Now, there's two ways of thinking about that. You can either think of it as a negative, or you can change your thinking about that circumstance and always turn it into a positive. It's a cool one to have because no matter where you're at in life, no matter what's happening with you, you can always change your perception and thoughts upon what is happening. You can turn things around like that. I've done that in my life. I went through quite a bad illness at one point, and at first I was like, this sucks. And then I was like, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity actually, because then I started playing piano from scratch, and I changed my mindset into thinking, oh, this is a bad situation, to actually, it was a great situation and it was an opportunity. That is thanks to Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. There's a whole book he's done on this. I highly recommend reading it, and if you can be in control of that mindset, then you're going to go very, very far in life. So I hope that's helped, singers. Until next time, please check out my website. The link's going to be in the description. I've got a free ebook there. I've got an online course, my Exceptional Vocal Warm-Up course. That's great for you to have if you need to have scales and exercises that you can always do. And of course, I'm available for Skype sessions, or also if you're in London, pop in the studio and say hi. It'd be great to see you. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Till next time.